Assassin's Creed Mirage has been out for a little while now, and I know a lot of the discourse around the game grew negative over time, but this is a game that I really enjoyed and one that I do want to keep talking about when the opportunity arises. Something really cool happened actually the other day with an announcement that Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting another big update in December of 2023. Now, I suppose if you're watching this for some reason after that, this is going to be a bit of a time capsule, but they're actually adding a couple of features in that people have been asking for and wished were there since launch, and this is going to improve the game even further. So before we hop into it a little bit more, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I do cover Assassin's Creed. We also cover things like Fallout, Metal Gear Solid, Marvel and DC Comics properties, whether that be games, movies, etc. And we've been doing a lot of different stuff on this channel, so I hope you will check that out and join us for the ride. Assassin's Creed Mirage launched to a lot of differing opinions. A lot of people hated it, a lot of people loved it. It went back to a lot of classic ideas, but it did also include a lot of RPG ideas. It was sort of like a greatest hits or best of compilation of Assassin's Creed with the character of Basim. But a big criticism of the game was that it did not feature any sort of new game plus. It did not feature an ability to replay the game with what you had already unlocked or anything like that. It also didn't really feature anything for people who are into challenge modes or challenge playthroughs or anything like that. That's not really my thing too much, like self-imposed challenges. I understand why people like them. Challenge runs just aren't really my big passion. But I do think that there weren't really very many features in this game that really played into that passion for a lot of gamers. So there was actually an update over on Twitter. I refuse to call this website X. I'm putting my foot down here. Where Assassin's Creed's Twitter actually announced, "We hear you. New Game Plus mode for Assassin's Creed Mirage will be available in a free update this December. And for the expert assassins, along with New Game Plus, will come an optional permadeath mode, also available across all difficulties." They also said that they would announce more details soon, but the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I think it's really cool that they're actually adding in more features and more popular requests to Assassin's Creed Mirage after it's already been out for a while. Now, they really did say that they didn't want to treat this as a games as a service type game or a live service type game. They didn't want to really treat it as much as the RPGs where they were constantly pumping out new stuff in the store, or constantly adding in a ton of content like, all these DLCs and stuff. We're not really sure if they will do any more post-launch support for this game. It is possible, they could do a small story expansion or something down the way, but it does really seem like their focus now, other than other Assassin's Creed games, is improving the experience that already exists, which I think is cool. I do wish at launch that we actually had New Game Plus. This is a complaint that I will say I do have a little bit about this game, and honestly also about Spider-Man 2. I think it sucks that people who bought the disc of this game, they're just not going to have access to that feature in the future, possibly without, downloading it. I just wish for preservation's sake it was on the disc, but I am really glad that they're still going out of their way to improve this game even now, add things in, actually try and make it better, iron out the bugs, and make Basim's journey even more immersive and interesting, because these challenge runs, these speed runs, all of these things, these are things that keep these games alive. They are actually very important, whether you have a passion for them or not. This is something that I try and recognize, even for myself, is that speed runs, challenge runs, things like that, they're not really too much for me. Like, that's not really my type of thing for the most part. I respect it, as long as people aren't a dick about it, like, shoving it in your face that they did it. But it is still really important. These are things and features that will keep games being talked about. These are features that will keep games being played into the future, as people try and beat speed record times, as people try and do a better job at a permadeath run. These are the kinds of things that will bring people back to the game, keep it in conversation, and actually make more games like it possible, because in the age of constantly, churning out entertainment and things coming out all the time, you want your passionate fans to get these features that they enjoy so that they keep revisiting the game and keep bringing it up in conversation and it keeps making money. At the end of the day, that is what it does for the business side of it. I also do think that New Game Plus is very important for games like this, because once you unlock everything by the end, sometimes you're thinking, well, what would have happened if I used those mechanics early on in the game before the encounters were designed for them, maybe? You know, what would have happened if I had this special tool in the very first combat encounter, or this special tool in the very first big stealth assassination? So now that we're going to get a chance to play around with that, I think it's going to add even more creativity to how people play the game in a second playthrough, where it's not going to be the same as your first playthrough at all, and I'm personally excited to see that and hear about people enjoying the game in that way. I do have more Assassin's Creed videos coming up. I've been very busy. I also am working on some top 5s. I'm working on a top 5 for Dark Souls as well. I will also be making some more videos on Metal Gear Solid, you know, James Bond we're going to be circling back to in the near future here, so there's a lot of stuff we're going to be covering. I appreciate you very much. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you have more ideas for Assassin's Creed videos you want to see, or other videos you want to see on this channel, because I'm having a good time, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts and your opinions. Have a fantastic day, and as always everyone, stay shui.